Mic checker, chicka. It's not some, baby. Yeah, a one time, baby. What? For your mind, baby. Yeah, we gon' shine, baby. And what we do, we gon' grind, baby. Yeah, what? And this is another episode, sold of Swingers After Dark. And this is your host, Not Some, baby. Here we go. What's good, family? What's good? You know, I see a lot of funny shit on social media, particularly Facebook, or let me back up, fake book, because there's a lot of fake motherfuckers out there on the internet. Yes, on the internet. And you know, what tickles me is when people have a falling out. It's like friendship don't mean shit nowadays. It's like keeping a deep, dark secret. It's like it's non-existent nowadays, because once the friendship goes out the window, the secrets go with it, baby. You know what I'm saying? All that secrets get evicted out on the streets, out on Front Street. And I've seen instances where dudes, not even, females sometimes, but it be dudes, like dudes put each other on blast. It's like homies, like dudes who used to be friends, road dogs, crimies, homies, ace. It's like they put each other on blast. You know, telling everybody on social media their deepest, darkest secrets of what happened behind closed doors and this, that, and the third. All the shenanigans of fuckery and tomfoolery is getting exposed. And then a month later, they back homies again. They back friends again. And I'm like, what the toxicity is this? What the hell is going on? It's like, okay, you told this dude that you fucked this chick and busted a nut in her, and now y'all homies again. Or this dude stole your money, and now y'all homies again. Or you said this dude is a bitch ass motherfucker, but y'all homies again. I don't get it. I don't get it, because it's like, how can you put somebody on blast and be cool with them if everything that was said about them was true? If everything wrong about them is true, how can y'all be friends after that? And it's like, yo, you only have one time to fuck me over. You only have one time to fuck me over, because a lot of times, 9.99999% of the times, a lot of these beefs are not even as serious to be put on blast. It's like, if I have a problem with you, I'm not going to put you on blast, especially when we could just have like a quick conversation about it and squash any discrepancy that we may have. I'm not going to go online to talk shit about you. I'm going to pull you aside, or I'm going to pull you to the side, or I'm going to inbox you, call you, or whatever the case may be, to state my grievance, to let you know what's on my mind, because that's how men communicate. We don't be messy like a bunch of broads. But because you have a lot of dudes, they have no concept of masculinity and manhood, they act like a bunch of females. And I expect females to do shit like that. I expect females to put each other on blast, not dudes. But because we're living in an era where attention is currency and attention is a drug, not only a lot of people want to get high, but they also want to get paid through likes and comments and views. Like, attention is a hell of a drug. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is that it's not only the millennials that are doing it. It's a lot of reputable dudes who are doing it. It's crazy that I'm seeing a lot of 60s, 70s, 80s babies being messy online. A lot of dudes being messy online. And they should know better, because I'm sure they had beef before the internet, before social media. And it's like, what were you doing before social media? How did you squash beef before social media? I don't get it. It's like people lose their common sense because of an app. It's like once they have an app, they lose common sense. They lose all their fucking marbles. And they don't know how to communicate. Well, let me back up. They don't know how to effectively communicate. Because people know how to communicate, but they only know how to be messy in their communication. You understand me? A lot of people got piss poor conflict resolution skills. And you got to be careful. Not only that, but you got to be careful of the person who, you bring a person in your space, in your personal space. You may think that person is cool. Y'all have like a rapport. Y'all have a connection. And you bring that person around you, whether it's, your household, your loved ones, whatever the case may be. You tell this person a few things that a lot of people don't know, unbeknownst to you. That person is just collecting data to be used against you. Everything that you said will and can be used against you in a court of motherfucking public opinion. Yes, just so they could put you on blast for a guilty verdict, for you to cop pleas. And those people, I know this one dude, he purposely go to people's houses just to nitpick, find something that's wrong with the person, just to put them on blast later on. It's like blackmail in a sense. And that's why I don't let people in my house. Like, I really got, like, we really got to go through some things for me to allow you in my closest circumference, in my comfort zone. Because a lot of people got their own agenda, and their agenda may not align with yours. And I'm thinking to myself, it's crazy that these people are putting each other on blast, and then they're friends again. But then again, birds of a feather do flock together, so they may have something in common. Two negatives make a positive. Two negative motherfuckers will make a positive situation because they're alike. You feel me? But one thing's for certain, and two things for sure, I don't want to be around them because that's not my cup of tea. Being messy is not my cup of tea. Now, I could roast your ass, I could barbecue your ass, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like I want to use my energy wisely. I don't want to go back. I don't go back and forth with people on social media. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. But, you have a lot of grown people who act like kids, to the point where they transform into grown adults. I mean, not grown adults. Let's back up. They don't transform. They regress. They don't progress. They regress from grown adults to grown ass kids. And you have a lot of grown kids who never left the sandbox because they want friends so bad. They want friends so bad that they'll befriend the enemy. And it's like, how can you expose somebody and be cool with them after the fact? Because if this person is everything that you said this person appears to be, or, you bashing this person's character integrity, why are you cool with that person? It's like, I'm befuddled. You feel me? And it's not me. Like, you only got one time to fuck me over, and then we're done. You may say, well, not son. He just being emotional. Shit. Listen, when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to keep your emotions in check, especially a dude. You're not supposed to be emotional to the point where you want to apologize and say things that you might regret. You understand me? And it's like a lot of people, they so emotional that they say things that they might regret. But at the same time, if you put somebody on blast, you never really fucked with them to begin with. It's not that they not your friend now, it's that they were never your friend. Because if that was your real homie, if that was your real people, then they wouldn't try to publicly humiliate you and embarrass you just for attention. They would have some type of parameters. And like I said in a previous episode, be careful with people who post their personal lives online, on social media. Because if they don't give a fuck about how they project their own image, who to say that they're going to give a fuck about projecting yours? Nothing is sacred to them. So it's like, be careful who you befriend. Because if I see somebody being toxic, I'm staying away. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying away. When people expose their true colors, whoa, Nelly, I'm gonna take heed. True colors that will never bleach. You can't bleach somebody's true colors by giving them a chance. Just make them fade away. You feel me? Just make them fade away. And they will fade. Like that fake gold chain around your neck that make your neck turn green. They gonna expose their true colors and make them fade away. Their true colors may not fade away, but they gonna fade away from your life because you don't need that in your life. You feel me? So I just wanted to talk about the fuckery because it's fake people fake people attract other fake people. Because it's like, I'm seeing, it's not even, like me personally, if I don't fuck with you, if I don't like you, I'm gonna be cordial, but I'm not going to pretend to like you. Even when I was in corporate America, I could never pretend to like you. You know, I could be cordial around you. I could be professional. I could be an adult. But I'm not going to take pictures with you, shake your hand, and be chummy with you, buddy, pal, and all this, down the third, and all that tomfoolery and fuckery and shenanigans. No way. No, Jose. No way, Jose. We not going to play them games. Because I need my associations and friendships like a wall, like a solid brick wall that's never gonna move. But because humans nowadays are whimsical, they're fickle, they're flimsy, they just moving with the wind. One minute they like you, the next minute they not fucking with you. And it's like you gotta walk on eggshells. But if we're cool, I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells to let off a trigger of yours. To the point where now you put me on blast over something that's innocent, over something that could be talked out. But because you have certain triggers that you can control, because you can control your emotions, instead of coming to me like a man, you would rather go on social media and try to put me on blast. And guess what? Hurt people. Because you have a lot of people with mental issues and you have a lot of hurt, unresolved childhood issues that they project in their adult life. And you have to vet your associations with people. You have to vet your friends, you know, because certain behaviors are toxic, or certain behaviors rather are contagious. You may be a straight-laced dude, but when you're around certain people for a long amount of time, you become them. And you know what they say, when in Rome, you do what Romans do. You feel me? And you start crucifying yourself. You be the Jesus of yourself, but because you amongst the Romans, you start killing yourself softly just to fit in. And you kill your own moral compass and your own dignity and principles just to fit in with a bunch of motherfuckers who don't really like you, you know? And then you don't like yourself because you dumbing down yourself to be a part of the in crowd. But, you know, always have a saying, always be friends and have associations with people who have something to lose. Be cool with people who have something to lose. Because somebody who has nothing to lose, they playing with house cards. They playing with house money. They have nothing to lose and all to gain. And that all to gain is attention. Because people got something going for themselves. They don't want to be messy. You know, they don't want to be messy, but always surround yourself with people who have something going for themselves and with people who have something to lose. Because if you around yourself with people with nothing to lose and you have something to lose, they're going to make you miserable along with them. And they're going to drag you down. And you really don't know how they thinking about you because they're envious and jealous of you because you're about your business. And they pretend to be your friend until they find a chink in your armor or until they find an opening to strike, to bring you down, to ruin your reputation and destroy your character and your dignity. And then people are looking at you funny because you surround yourself with people who are not good for your wealth, and health is wealth. So, you know, you have to be mindful of dealing with certain people. You know, because a lot of people ain't shit. You have a lot of people who are solid. You have a lot of people who are straight up solid. But those are needles in a haystack. You know, and it's not worth being friends with enemies. But then again, on the flip side of that, you may be friends with an enemy because you know what you're getting. You feel me? You know, okay, he's a snake. So I'm going to charm the snake. I'm going to be a snake charmer. I know what I'm getting. As opposed to you thinking this dude is a good guy or a good girl. You think he's your homie, your ace, your crimey, or you think she's a ride or die chick. She's down for you, but she's really faking. So you would rather be friends with the snake because at least you know what you're getting out of the deal, out of the package, out of the association. So there is a flip side to everything. And I get it. But if you're going to be friends with an enemy, you know what they say, keep your friends close. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I get it. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Trust me, I get it. I saw The Godfather, so I get the philosophy. But at the same time, don't let them get too close to the point where, you know, they could ruin your livelihood. and they could ruin everything that you built. So it's about keeping them close enough where you know they moves, you know what they're thinking, but keep them at bay to the point where they won't fuck up your shit. So it's an art. It's an art to keeping your friends close and your enemies closer. Because you don't want to get to the point where your enemy is infiltrating to the point where they're using your strength against you. You have to get to the point where you keep your enemy closer and keeping your secrets intact at the same time. You tell them what you want them to know, not what they need to know. And that's the art of keeping your friends close and your enemies closer without them fucking up your shit. So you could be victorious regardless. And when they implode in their own ignorance and foolishness, when they implode and hang themselves and destroy themselves in their own foolishness, you still stand victorious because you knew how to play the game. And you have to play the game all the way, baby. All the way. And on that note, this has been another episode of Swingers After Dark, and this is your host, Nasun, baby. Check out my website at www.nasunblaze.com. That's www.nahsunblaze.com. And check out my ebook, You, Me, Us, Them, The Swinging Manifesto. It's on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it. Shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up with any questions or concerns that you may have. Rate, share, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. Dig. And on that note, until next time, peace.